Hey everyone, Aurora here with Create You. Welcome to Free Yoga Friday. Today's class is going to be an awesome class focused on our improving our balance and stability. So we're going to build up some strength in our ankles and our legs, our glutes, lower back, and of course our core. As always, as you go through this practice, do what feels right to you. If it doesn't feel right, just skip it. We've been talking a little bit about the difference between strengthening the core versus restoring the core, and how so many of us are at different points. So depending on where you are, you want to adapt and modify for that. If you haven't joined the November challenge yet, please make sure you do that. That starts Monday. This is a mindset challenge. There is yoga involved if you want it to be, but I'm focusing this month on trying to get our mindset in the right place. Thinking about ways to bring more mindfulness into our everyday habits. And so Monday morning, early, 6:30, I'll be up. I'll do a 15-minute hatha yoga routine, just a very gentle routine, followed by some reflections. So I would love for you to join me. It's free. You can sign up online. Okay, let's get started. If you have a block nearby that you could use, it would be helpful for this class. A pillow also works as well. And when you're ready, come to your mat. Come to a comfortable seated position. Find your sit bones, maybe root down through your sit bones. Roll your shoulders back. Let your arms fall to your sides, or let them rest on your thighs. Lower or close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale. And just start to ground down here. Turning your awareness inwards. And letting go of any outside worries. Anything that's been on your mind. Just setting it aside for now. So you can be here. Take another deep breath through your nose. And release. On your next inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Fill up. And exhale, bring your hands to prayer and heart center. Take a moment here to reflect yourself. Think about an intention, something that will help you to focus on throughout the day. It can be a single word, a phrase. My word today is peace. Take another deep inhale. And exhale. Flutter your eyes open. Release your arms to your side. And on your next inhale, reach your right arm to your left thigh, left hand behind you. And as you breathe here, inhale and lift your chest up. So you're straightening your spine. And as you exhale, you're twisting, going even deeper into this. Keeping your shoulder leaning back, so continuing that nice straight spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And back to center and right to the other side. Left hand to right leg this time. And inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist. Gaze is towards the back of your mat. And release back to center. Bring your hands to your knees. Inhale as you roll the shoulders back and lift the chest up. Exhale, tuck your chin and round your back for a seated cat-cow. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin and round the back. And just go at your own pace here, moving with your breath. Noticing if you're wanting to move faster today, or noticing maybe you're moving a little slower today. Every day is a little different. Our needs are constantly evolving. Next time you come through center, pause. And then walk your hands forward, coming into tabletop position. Bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingertips wide. Engage your root block. So engage the core, pulling the belly button towards the spine, and the pelvic floor, pulling the pelvic floor up towards the spine. And then inhale, drop the belly down, look up, lift your sit bones up. And exhale, tuck the chin and round the back. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Continue here. And if you find it hard to keep that root lock, to keep the core and pelvic floor engaged as you go through cat-cow and go through this deep breathing, just know that that's normal and you want to just keep practicing it. The more you practice that core engagement, the easier it becomes. So at first it can feel hard to even, find that engagement, and that is absolutely fine. Come to pause and tabletop. On your next inhale, step your left foot back, toes are meeting the ground, and reach your right arm forward. Breathe here. And if it works for you, you can lift the left leg, really working on strengthening the core, working on strengthening our balance and stability. Take 2 breaths here. Remembering that you can always touch that foot down if you need to modify. Drop your right hand, drop your left knee. Step your right foot back, rooting in through the right toes. Spread the fingertips wide on the right hand and then reach your left arm forward. Again, we're working on balance and stability. So if you're working on restoring your core, this could be good right here. If you are working on strengthening it, you can lift that leg up. But you don't want to dump into the core. You want to keep that core and pelvic floor engaged the whole time. One more breath. and release. Keep your hands just slightly wider than your shoulders. Bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees the width of the mat and sink down, child's pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Child's pose is a beautiful shoulder stretch, great hip opener, and can be a very relaxing pose. You can take the shoulder stretch even deeper by coming up onto spider fingers, coming up onto the very fingertips, and getting a bit of a deeper stretch. Release. Rise back up, tabletop. From tabletop, tuck our toes and lift our hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Walk it out in down dog, pressing into one heel and then the other. If this pose feels uncomfortable for you, you're not the only one, but you can play with it. You can walk your hands a little further out or bend your knees quite a bit like I do. On your next inhale, walk your feet to your hands and come to ragdoll pose, grabbing for opposite elbows, releasing the neck. Maybe rocking side to side if that feels good. And then rise up to stand. We're going to do an active standing sun salutation series. So I'll go slowly through the sequence first, and then we'll speed it up for 2 more times, okay? So we're going to inhale, reach our arms to the sky, bring our hands to prayer and heart center, and then on the exhale, fold forward all the way to the mat. On the inhale, lift your fingertips to your shins. Have a nice flat back here. You can bend your knees slightly. And then exhale, fold again. Root down through your feet. Inhale, roll up, reach up to the sky. Add a little back bend here. And then we're going to go right into the second set, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise up, reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise up, reach up. And exhale, bring your hands to prayer and heart center. Bring your hands to your hips in a standing position. And we're going to bring our feet slightly wider than our hips. And from here, we're going to roll the chin to the chest and then roll your right ear to your right shoulder, back of the head towards your spine, left ear to left shoulder, and chin forward. We're going to continue this rotation, but we're going to add in the shoulders and chest this time. So roll forward, slowly to the right, back to the left, and all the way forward. Rise back up, and let's go in the opposite direction. Starting just with neck rolls, take your chin to the chest, left ear to left shoulder, back of the head to the spine, right ear to right shoulder, and come around to the front. Let's take another rotation, adding in the shoulders and the chest. So fold forward slightly, roll to the left. Gently roll behind you and over to the right. And then come all the way forward and roll up. Inhale, reach your arms out to opposite sides. Gently lift your left arm up to the sky and slide your right arm down your right leg. Find a place where you feel this beautiful stretch going up the left side of your body, but you're not pressing on your right knee. So you don't want to push your weight into that right knee. And you want to keep your spine nice and straight, so you don't want to fold forward like this. Lift up. Gaze is beyond the left bicep towards the sky. And release. Other side. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Slide the left arm down the left leg. Gaze is towards the sky. Keep that root block engaged, the core and pelvic floor, so you don't ever want to push out here. And bring it back. Heel toe your feet together. Bring your hands to prayer and heart center. And from here, just going to shift your weight into the left foot and lift your right leg to the toes. And there's varying degrees here of where you can take this pose, depending on how your balance feels today. So take a moment in this position to really press into your left big toe. Imagine rooting in through the left big toe. So it's super strong, it's not gonna slide, it's not gonna slip. And then once you have that engagement, press into the right, or the left pinky toe. Good. And so now you have the front of your left foot rooted into the ground, root in through 2 points in the heels. Squeeze this entire left leg all the way up to the glute. Root in through the ground. Excellent. And then from here, start to lift the right foot up. Keep pressing through that left big toe. And for some of you, this might be quite a challenge. Every day is a little different. My balance in the morning isn't so beautiful. So if you come out of it, just try again. Some of you, your balance may be fine and you don't feel anything. And I'll show you how you can continue in this pose. For everyone, keep rooting in through this left leg. Those of you that want to take this further, you can wrap your right hand around your right knee and bring your left arm to your left hip. And gently work on opening the right knee. Hold it here for a moment. Press into those feet. If you want even more of a challenge, you can extend the left leg or the left arm out. Take your 2 fingers to your right big toe, extend the foot, and then open up to the right. So whether you're here or here, you're working on the same thing. You probably feel this leg burning by now. You're doing great. We're almost done. Take a deep breath and exhale. Lovely. Shake the left leg out a little bit. Good. We're going to do the same thing with the right foot. Root in through the right big toe. Root in through the pinky toe. And if you can't feel it, if you can't distinguish between your toes yet, that's fine. Just imagine it. Imagine it in your mind and press in that direction. Good. And then press into 2 points in the heel. Squeeze this leg so that your kneecap lifts, your glutes engaged, your toes are engaged, you're super strong. And then lift that leg up, the left knee up. Hold it here. It can be helpful to reach your arms out in opposite directions to balance. You know, your arms can be anywhere, wherever works for you. If you would like to take this a little further, you can take your left hand to your left knee and open to the left. Maybe one day taking your left 2 forefingers, your left big toe, reaching your right arm out and opening to the left. Beautiful. Wherever you are, gently bring it down. Excellent. Shake that right foot out. Come to mountain pose, rolling your shoulders back, palms open. Take a deep breath here. And exhale. On your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, sink down into chair pose. In chair pose, we're imagining that we're getting ready to sit down into our chair. Our core is engaged. We're pulling the core back towards the spine. Pelvic floor is coming up, so those 2 points are meeting. You don't want to have duck butt here, and you don't want to be so far tucked in that you're straining your back. Nice neutral pelvic tilt. You can take a quick peek and make sure you see the toes. And maybe you work on chair pose and stay right here. Or lift your left heel up. Bring it down. And lift your right heel up. Bring it down and keep the core engaged. Left heel up. Right heel up. You can keep going like this, working on building that strength, or maybe see what it feels like to lift both heels up and hold it here. So we're as high up as we can be on these toes. Keep that core and pelvic floor engaged. Hold it here, keep breathing. A little shaking is okay. Building strength, all those little muscles in our toes and ankles and calves and glutes, working really hard. Release. Beautiful. Inhale, arms to the sky. Sink down, chair pose. This time in chair, we're going to do the same thing we did in our previous standing pose. We're going to root into that left foot. So really press down into the left foot. And then we're going to lift the right heel up. And you can stay here. If you feel stable, you can start to lift the right knee up so that it's almost parallel with your hip. If you want to take this further into a challenge, you can bring your hands to prayer and heart center. And keeping the knee bent, bring it behind you as you start to bring the front of your body forward. Again, you find what works. You can be here, here, or maybe here. Wherever you are, take another inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Last chair pose, I promise. This time, lift your left heel up. Really root into that right foot. Press into the big toe, pinky toe, and 2 points in the heel. And then see how you feel. Maybe you lift your left knee up to hip level. Hands are at prayer. Maybe start to move that knee behind you, keeping your leg bent and shifting your chest forward. Keep that core engagement, pelvic floor engagement. And release. Open your palms. Take a deep breath in. Mountain pose. I would feel remiss if I skipped tree pose for a balance series. So we'll finish our standing series with tree. Bring your right foot to any point on your left leg. It can be your left ankle, calf, or the inside left thigh. It's not so important where you place the foot as much as it is that you are finding engagement in the feet, pressing into those 4 points that I've been talking about. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Maybe start to grow the branches of your tree. Lift your chest and heart open. Feel all the goodness of the day coming at you. And release. Other side. The side may be different. Find a point of focus. Find your balance and just breathe here. Maybe starting to lift the arms up and open them, lifting the chest and the heart to the sky. Give me a smile here. Beautiful. And release. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms to the sky. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands to the mat. Walk your feet back. We're going to move into a pigeon pose. So go into this gently. You're bending your right leg, walking your left leg back. You can place a block underneath your right hip. Or if pigeon is too much on your hips, you can always lie on your back and come into a reclined pigeon, which is a fantastic alternative. So just make your way here. Let your body relax a little more with every exhale. Take another breath here. And slowly come out of this, pressing up to your hands. We're going to transition into a twist here. You can roll onto your right hip and bring that left leg around. Maybe bringing it to the opposite side of your right leg, or maybe extending that right leg to come into the twist. Release. It's time to extend the left leg and bring the right leg across the left. And take a twist just for a breath or two. String out the spine a little bit. Release. I'm going to move into pigeon on the other side. So this time, your left knee is bent and your right leg reaches behind you. And that block would be underneath your left hip to help elevate the hips up. Because wherever you are, you want your hips in line here in pigeon. Just take a few deep breaths here. Imagining with every inhale that you're taking away any tension, any tightness, any toxicity in that hip. And then with every exhale, you're letting it go, letting yourself sink deeper. Take one more breath here. And gently come out of this pose. Lowering down to the mat. Pulling your knees in towards you. And then using your right hand to guide your knees to the right as your left arm reaches out to the left. Gaze is towards the left. And come back to center. Use your left hand to gently guide your knees to the left. Gaze and is beyond your right fingertips. Bring your knees back to center. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale. Release your arms and legs to the mat. Roll your shoulders underneath you. Take up space. And into your final Savasana. Take a few belly breaths here. Just feeling all the warmth, all the energy you've created in your body. All that dopamine and serotonin flowing throughout your limbs. Notice how different your body feels after even this very short practice. Take as much time as you need in your final Savasana. Take time for you. This may be some of the only quiet moments you get today. Make them count. Relish in those moments. Thank you so much for joining me today. The light in me sees, honors, and loves the light in you. Thank you.